gentlemen, and welcome to New Japan Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, Andre C, and to, I guess, the right on screen, I'm pointing to my left in real life. It's my co-host, Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I'm doing amazing today, Andre. It might be cold outside, but it is not cold inside. We have got action heating up our televisions. How cliche was that?
Well, for me, it's heating up my laptop. So I know you watch yours on TV, but I watch it on my laptop
because I'm spoiled.
There you go. I'm doing all right. It's been a little bit of a day, but you know, I'm doing okay. So I'm glad I'm here talking to you. That's the big plus. So.
To talk about some incredible wrestling.
Yes, so we are here to talk about night 4, and 5 of the Super Juniors, and nights 2 and 3 of the World Tag League. So we've got a lot to talk about. So right before we get into it, I want to thank you to our sponsor, Rogue Energy. You can check the QR code where Mel's pointing to right now. Scan that QR code or go to rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPODS for 10% off your order, and they will hook you up with some great stuff. And me and Melball have both enjoyed very much all the stuff we've gotten from them so far. And then if you're in the United States, you can actually get everything they get in cans now. So far, we can't get it in Canada, but hopefully soon they'll be able to start shipping that up to us. So please check them out. Use the code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. Thank you very much to Rogue Energy and to our partners at our local establishment. So.
I got the right corner that time.
So we want to get this underway. I forgot to bring the one screen up. It is time for the talk about the tag league. Now I got to bring my other screen up. That's blocking now. Boom. And we're going to talk about, like you said, the Super Junior Tag League from November 25th, 27th, and 28th, and the World Tag League from the 26th and 27th. I'm excited. Again, we had a great plethora of professional wrestling over those 4 nights. And I watched in 4 days. I think I watched 4 nights of New Japan, 2 nights of Stardom. I watched a little bit of AEW in there. Like I watched a lot of professional wrestling. I'm still trying to catch up on the Noah Tag League. It's just a giant mess of wrestling right now.
So many tag leagues all happening at once. But man, what a time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh, there's so much good stuff going on right now. Well, we're going to get into Super Junior night number 3, and we're going to kick it off with my pick on the November 25th show. It is, as I have dubbed them, the Knights of Time, Kevin Knight and Kushida taking on Leo and Yo from Chaos, Leo Rush. Yo, this was a banger, like just an absolute banger to kick a night off. Like, and you've been noticing Leo and Yo have had a couple main events so far, and now they're in the opening. Well, not the opening, because again there was some undercard matches, but the opening tag league match of the night, and it was just a great way to kick it off because like these 2 teams are absolutely phenomenal. Kevin Knight, his towering dropkick is just amazing. Kushida, again, the best thing about Kushida in this match is he's wrestling with Yo, who's Kushida left like when I think around when Yo was on excursion, so or just after he came back in the early days of Yo, so they haven't really had a much of a time to really work together and wrestle. So getting to see these 2 interact in this match was very, very appealing to me because you get the past/present of New Japan versus what is in the junior division and what is the future of the junior division in Yo and in Kevin Knight too and Leo Rush. But I'm just saying, like, it's those 2 like facing off, is past versus future. I love seeing it. It just the styles from all these guys is absolutely phenomenal. And I looked at it and it was the Kevin Knight when he was across from Leo Rush. Like Leo is the shortest person in this match. He's not that small of an individual, but in this match he is the smallest. And boy howdy, the difference between Kevin Knight and Leo Rush. I'm not going to go too low because I don't want to insult Leo Rush. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. But to see what Leo Rush did with Kevin Knight and how big and how they worked so fluidly together, it's just as impressive. It's the style that all these, like Knight's swan dive over, like he did a swan dive over top of Leo, like just straight jumping over Leo. Leo ducked a bit, but like it was still just straight up impressive. The hops on Kevin Knight, I can't I can't gush over it any more than I already have. Kushida with that hammerlock plex, it's a really, really nice move. Like he was getting it up, and then was it Leo Rush, or is it? I think I can't remember who reversed it, but I think Leo reversed it, but then Kushida ended up hitting a rocket kick right after, and it's beautiful. And then the attitude on Yo, I gotta say I like it, but because it's not full heel, it's just a more of a like I don't like you were talking about it before. It's just a more of a like I don't care what you think about me, or I don't care how you feel. I'm just going to be as good as I can be, and that's kind of Leo Rush in a sense. He doesn't care how you feel about him because he knows he's that damn good. So he's just gonna do what he does, and I like that that feeling coming off with Yo too, in that it gives Yo, who was a very vanilla baby face, gives him a little bit of an edge, especially when you're going up against guys like Kushida and Kevin Knight, who are baby faces in their own right. So you have Yo kind of playing the heel side, but in that I'm not a bad guy feel. I really, really liked it, and it just. Overall, just the athleticism, the craziness in this match. Leo Rush is like when he's doing like hits the rope and just does a right turn into the next rope. It's just, and then when he's on the ground and spinning and coming up and doing these enziguris from the mat, like it's absolutely phenomenal. But in the end, Yo got as I call it, the kneecap brainbuster, or a suplex into an Ushigoroshi to Kevin Knight, and Leo Rush hit the final hour frog splash, gets the win. Again, huge. And again, you're pushing Yo and Leo Rush so much, and then by the end, when we get to the end of this, the point set is just crazy right now. So
yeah, this match was actually I've been really enjoying how they are starting off all of these tournaments. They start them off with these high energy, high octane matches that really sets the crowd up for the rest of the tournament. I do have to agree. At first I was a little hesitant about what I was calling a bad influence that Rush was having on Yo, but after seeing him a few times, I also agree. I do enjoy the kind of attitude change. I wouldn't say it's maybe not a change, maybe an adjustment. Where he's almost taking,
an attitude adjustment.
Pun was not intended, but I'll take it. But yeah, Yo, you're absolutely right. He was very much a vanilla kind of guy. He's one of those guys who I think feeds better off of his partner. In a singles competition, if he doesn't have anybody to feed off of, he comes off as rather tasteless and bland. But with someone like Leo Rush, it's like the same way as I'd mentioned to you, I think privately, in that ELP and Ishimori. They kind of have the same kind of dynamic where ELP is that high energy, goofy, loud, obnoxious kind of guy. And Ishimori was kind of like Yo, very dominant but quiet. But with ELP teaming with Ishimori, we see this personality coming out more of Ishimori. It's the exact same thing with Yo and Leo Rush, and I'm not complaining about it.
No, again, absolutely. It's evolution for this guy, who I think from where he's been, he's the third member of Bishimon's 6-man team. He's not saying he's the unsuccessful, he's not the Marty Jannetty from his tag team, but Sho has gotten the more featured role since. So it's nice to see him evolve. And again, absolutely phenomenal match. That's why I'm picking this as my match of the night. Or my personal, like, if you're going to watch a match this night, watch this one. That's my pick, at least. So we move on to the next match of the evening, and that is Mel's pick. It is a team of wild hips, and that is Clark Connors and Taguchi taking on, as I have dubbed them. I've dubbed them another name, but I'm giving them a new name officially now, and they are the Sauce Hearts. It is El Lindaman and Alex Zayne, and I love this team.
Hey, got little devil horns on that too.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Never did I ever think that I would have a Taguchi in something that I really enjoyed, but this match was so much fun from start to finish. It had those comedic undertones, but these four guys are so good at storytelling in the ring that they put on not only an incredible wrestling match, but an entire performance all together. This was one of my favorite matches because of a spot that we will get to when I get there. We're going to start at the beginning here. Connors and Lindaman had a phenomenal opening kind of spot and sequence where they were wrestling a very similar amateur style that I was really, really enjoying. I felt it really showcased.
Oh, you're gonna skip the pre-match?
I'm gonna skip the beer. I mean, you can talk about it if you want to, though. Go for it.
Absolutely phenomenal. Like the fact that Clark Connors had the support arrow and he chugs it, and Taguchi pulls out the old gimmick. He pulls out the yellow card and saying he's giving him the yellow card. And Clark Connors looks like, oh my God, what? No, he didn't want it. And then Taguchi threatened to give him a red card if he drank any more of the beer, so he put it away. But I absolutely thought that was like just great comedy before the match, and it worked. Like a little gets a little happy and get you going, right? So
absolutely. But yeah, the butt whip that I think that we have taken to call it with Clark Connors and Ryusuke Taguchi there, where Connors whips Taguchi into his opponents, throwing his butt. Sometimes they'll switch it up, and Taguchi will throw Clark Connors' butt around. I mean, butt in the face for everybody. We don't care. Everybody's included
butt whips
here.
All around. Butt whips all around.
Butt whips all around. I love it. And Taguchi pulling off his I can't stand it, but I find it funny. The Brazilian lap dance in that corner.
I literally have it written down like that since you told me.
This is where the biting started again. I don't mind the arm biting. The arm biting, it makes sense. You can deal with something like that. Mr. Zayne, why are you munching on Taguchi's butt? You do not know where that thing has been. And don't trust him if you ask him and he tells you. Goodness. Hope that thing was clean. Then there was a thrust kick into a German suplex from Zayne and Lindaman on Taguchi, but they couldn't keep Taguchi down. Taguchi managing to power out of that German, which has been very helpful for Lindaman in the past. Then the favorite part of the match for me was when Mr. Connors, he did exactly for the guys out there wanting to know how to get yourself a lady. This is what you do. You find yourself a bag of tacos and you lead her. This is the way to a woman's heart. It's not flowers. It's food. It's the wrong
tacos.
Specifically tacos. So Clark Connors again luring Alex Zayne, because Alex Zayne, he's man after my own heart. He loves his tacos. Lured to the outside, sitting there munching down on a little taco outside there while poor Lindaman is just getting his day wrecked. But goodness, it was like Popeye got his spinach and he da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Zayne hits the ring, saves Lindaman, and then put Connors in the face, Connors' face into Taguchi's butt for Lindaman's problems there. Zayne pinning Connors for the win on this one. This was so much fun. I had so much fun with this match. Andre, what do you think?
I love the team of Alex Zayne and Lindaman. Again, before this tournament, when we were doing the preview, I wasn't sure about these guys because I haven't really seen them together because I know they did a little bit of stuff together in Glee, but I had never seen it. So it was very, and they've captured my heart from the first show. It's just they are so much fun in how they do everything. It's just nothing. Everything they do puts a smile on your face, and the fact that all his moves are like after things from Taco Bell, and that the finish there was a taco driver. Just so you're aware, that finish with the taco driver. Absolutely phenomenal match. Like I absolutely love it. Yeah, you got through everything that I had written down here. So yeah, it just absolutely
for once I did it.
Yeah. So going forward for the next couple of matches on this show, I'm just going to read. I'm going to read the match, give you the ending, and then we're going to clip on because we are going through 25 total matches. We are highlighting 8 of them. So I'm going to quickly just give the result, move on to the next one. Mel won't be giving too much unless there's something specific you really want to talk about in that match.
For sure.
moving on to the next one, it is the team of Flying Tiger, of Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask, taking on from Suzuki Gun, Douki and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. The finish of this match was Robbie Eagles got the roll up on Kanemaru with what I really believe is the Itabashi from Saya Ida's move, the Itabashi. It really looked very, very similar, and he got the win there. So yeah, I recognize it looked very much like the Itabashi. So
you're always better at the names than I am.
I love my Saya Ida, so I'm going to remember her pin finish. The next match of the evening was actually a Battle of the Bullet Club. You have the sub team, the subgroup from House of Torture, Dick Togo and Show taking on Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Absolutely phenomenal match. This is my runner-up for the night. But in the end, Bay hit the ultimate finesser to Togo, and Ace hit the fold, and they got the win to stay undefeated in this tournament. That's 3 straight wins for Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Absolutely. Anything on that one, Mel?
So I don't have anything to say on the match per se, but I have an interesting question to bring up to you about this. Or sorry, an interesting factoid. It's interesting in the way that Yujiro and Evil, and then subsequently Sho and Togo, have been tremendously and mercifully negatively impacting each other throughout this entire tournament, having their respective teams sitting at nothing so far.
Maybe cheating isn't the way to go.
We're not going to complain about this. It's just worth noting that they have been a tremendous detriment instead of helpful to each other throughout this tournament.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. So yeah. And then the main event of night 3 of Super Juniors on November 25th, it was the team from LIJ, Teton and Bushi, taking on from the United Empire, the team of Catch-22, Francesco, Akira, and TJP. Again, absolutely one of my favorite tag teams is TJP and Francesco Akira. I absolutely love these guys, and they are having a hell of a tournament. But this is when the Teton and Bushi did something they haven't been able to do, and that is pin the champions. The fact that Teton got the suicide dive to TJP, then Akira half and half Bushi, but Bushi ends up getting the MX onto Akira, and then Teton hit the stomp while after hitting the MX, and they picked up the win, a huge win to pin the tag team champions. Again, if you don't win this tournament, you hold a win over the champs. That's saying something. That's a potential tag title match before Wrestle Kingdom, possibly on the road to Tokyo Dome tour. You never know.
Let's hope so. Let us hope so.
And quick point update after the third night. Chris Bay Ace Austin alone on top with 6 points. Then you got Teton and Bushi, Catch-22, L. Lindaman and Alex Zayne. You have Flying Tiger and Leo Rush and Yo all with 4 points. Then you have Kevin Knight and Kushida and Wild Hips with 2, and House of Torture and Douki and Yoshinobu Kanemaru with 0 points. I can breathe.